Maybe because there's some
virgin's honey.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. You're watching the Kevyn M Show, and I'm your host, Kevyn M. But we have our regular host, Ed and Jayl, and a special. But we have a special guest tonight, or this afternoon, Amy Hollaman. Amy Hollaman, man.
That's right, Amy Hollaman.
Right. Amy is here from Terre Mahama Walls, East State Penitentiary.
Oh, Amy, no nudity.
Okay, good thing we brought that up.
And you don't get jury beads if you show it anyway.
But Amy wants to end with
you. You've been disconnected from the chat. What should I do? Did you have this off?
Already?
I'm gonna just take over.
Yeah,
just keep watching. It's gonna be interesting.
All right, so we have a couple of topics that we want to talk about. Everybody except for Ed, because we didn't get Ed any Terre Mahama Walls.
Yeah.
Even
though I asked for a shirt last year as a Christmas present. That's all I wanted. Was the map. The black shirt with the map of the
radio player.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. That's the only thing I wanted. I took a picture of it and sent it to your phone. I said, "Can you please get this for me?"
Throw me under the bus. We'll get we'll get you something. But we're all repping our Terra gear.
I'm wearing my gay lumberjack shirt.
But in the news today, we have that stuff recorded on your screen. We have a lot of things to talk about in the news.
I can't get us.
And I guess we should just jump right in. I think I'm going to start us off with Lindsay Lohan. She's definitely been in the news a hell of a lot, and
here, walk this up.
We found this in Touch magazine 6 years ago, and today what she looks like.
Wait, I'm gonna try to put it in focus for you guys. Okay, this was 6 years ago. Very pretty. Very prestigious, very Hollywood. This is today.
This is your brain on drugs.
Not so much. Okay, we'll elaborate. Go.
Well, Lindsay Lohan, I'm just, she got the deal for Playboy, but I'm just like, who wants to see her at this point?
Photoshop is an amazing feature.
It's definitely going to sell out.
Photoshop is an amazing feature.
I don't know.
Well, she originally, Playboy came at her with a $750,000 offer, and she came back to them with $1 million offer, and they kind of lowballed her, but she got more than $750,000. Wow. But the thing is, after she paid taxes on it and pays her agent, she's going to walk away with $400,000. And I just feel like, being as big of a celebrity as she is/was, I feel that she's going backwards in her career, and I don't think it's going to do anything for her career.
Well, you said something earlier before the show about Lindsay doing Playboy's I'm basically saying, okay, well, this is the most I can get out of my career at this point.
Right. That's what she's stuck with getting, and I just feel like is Playboy going after her at her weakest, and I think they are. I definitely think they are, because you look at other celebrities, Jenny McCarthy and Nicole Smith, they did it and they got a career from it. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, they did the porno flicks, they got a career from it. The only celebrity who I can ever really remember doing Playboy after her prime was Farrah Fawcett Majors. I don't really remember any others, and she was not acting at the time. I just don't think that it's going to be good for her career.
Okay, so I'm going to pose the question, do you think that, so your opinion is basically that she is going to basically kill what she has left of her career?
Yeah, because nobody wants to work with her now anyway. Everybody knows that she's uninsurable. Every movie needs to be insured, and nobody wants to insure. But look, she's grasping at straws. That's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I think because of her talent, she can get parts. I think the parts that she wants, she probably won't get. But I think because of people like Dakota Fanning, who is slowly kicking her in the gut as she fades into black. But I think for the most part, because of her talents, I think she can get roles. I think they're offering her parts. They're just not the parts that she wants.
No.
In my opinion. Photoshop is an amazing feature.
If she was being offered a part in Hollywood, she would get a hell of a lot more than $1 million to do a movie.
Yeah.
She's in the Screen Actors Guild. She would get a hell of a lot more than $1 million. There's no movie roles coming her way because no insurance company will insure a production that she is on. The last movie she did, Georgia Rule, she had to pee in a cup every day and be drug tested.
I just want to
And it was a great movie, and it did okay in the box office.
Yeah, I just think it's really a shame because she came out as like this cute young star, and she was awesome like on that movie Mean Girls with Tina Fey. She's so clever and she's so expressive, and when she has a chance to really show off her talents before like it got clouded with all the debauchery and drug addiction and alcoholism, like she really had a lot to offer. And I think like that movie did a lot for like little girls and bringing out the fact that like when you're in middle school and high school,
it's brutal.
Yeah, like girls can be really catty, and it was such a funny movie.
Tina Fey wrote that.
Yeah, and Tina Fey, is from close to Philadelphia. But to go from there, just like going down this downward spiral, it's really sad, and it's hard to imagine how she could get back to something like that that would be so valuable.
So what's your opinion? Do you think it's a career booster or a career staller?
Staller.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Because the order of it is definitely a staller.
I think it's a staller. And you
I don't think it goes either way.
I do.
I don't think it goes either way.
I think it's
But she does.
I think it says a lot about her right now, her feeling of self-worth right now. And I think it says a lot about what she feels she has to offer American people.
Sorry. I saw Betty White.
Yeah, with a shirtless guy. Also, all right, so
let's move on. And
I want to Beyonce.
I really want to talk about this because people have their opinions, and I'm really not big on, I'm not a big Beyonce fan. I'm not a big supporter of Beyonce. But this baby bump situation, I don't think that she's faking it. I don't think that it's a lie.
She did an Australian talk show October 9th.
I saw that.
And when she sat down, her stomach shifted and collapsed.
They said it folded.
And what they are saying is that she has a surrogate to carry her child. It is her egg and it's Jay-Z's sperm, and that it's such a glamour thing with her. She doesn't want to lose her body. Jayl says she's one cheeseburger away from being a fat girl.
She has the fat girl syndrome.
But they're saying, like all of these tabloids are saying, and this is a tabloid, it's a rag, is that she's going to walk the red carpet in a month and be real thin. They're going to be like, oh, how'd she do it? And it makes sense. And they say other celebrities would have done it, And I feel if that's what they want to do, it's their, look, who just got twins? Someone just got, Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick just got twins. They had, they adopted twins. If you want to do it, that's your thing. Don't put on a show and lie about it. It's just, especially when you're in the public eye, you're going to get caught.
I don't think that she's putting on a show or lying about it. I really think that she's pregnant. I just don't see why, of all things, she'd lie about that. She's a very secretive person, so the fact that she even came out about it makes me think that she's...
But if she's very secretive, why would she be honest about having a surrogate?
Well, it's not about honesty. It's about, telling everybody your business.
I don't know. I think either way, I just couldn't imagine being that narcissistic as a woman. I can't speak as a woman, but as a woman, I think I would want to experience carrying a baby on my stomach and feeling that.
Well, as a man, I want to experience it, but unfortunately,
well, you're getting
I'm not equipped. I'm not equipped.
You want to? I'll kick you in your stomach once a week when you come over.
Because I honestly, God, not gonna lie, I have always wanted to experience that, because to have that kind of connection and be able to feel that inside of you, that is just to me, that just seems like it would just be so
we have a woman
awesome.
on the panel, and we never have a woman, so first we got to see one. So let's talk to a woman. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think Beyonce is a role model for so many young girls out there, and I think, it's every woman's choice if they can to get pregnant or not, but I think if she wants to have a baby, it would be beautiful for her just to show it off. She's already drop dead gorgeous, and I think pregnancy is a beautiful thing. Obviously, that's the way life happens, and so it's sad, in any case, if she feels like she has to pretend because she's using a surrogate because of her career, or if she isn't pretending, just show, I think she should show it off.
And I kind of get that, because they probably, if a surrogate is carrying her baby, they don't want to be the surrogate being tailed by the paparazzi in a car, get in a car accident, lose the baby.
Right. And
I get that.
And all that
I get all that. But what they could have done is just in 9 months show up with a baby and say, we have a surrogate carry our baby for us. Now, there are other ways around it. And maybe she does want the attention of, walking around pregnant and having the paparazzi follow. They say that nobody knows how to work the paparazzi like the celebrities.
But she has to realize too, and I know this firsthand, she is one of those people that is a workaholic. So if she's actually on set and being pregnant, like, it would begin to show.
She canceled the rest of her tour, right?
She doesn't. She's not doing the tour. But she's that type of person that she, like, literally does not go to the bathroom during rehearsals. She does not eat. You have to tell her to eat. Like, she will not eat the entire time. She will not drink. She will not go to the bathroom. She doesn't do anything during rehearsals, during sound checks, none of that.
I think she needs to take 2 years off. I think she needs to take 2 years off and experience it and enjoy it. She's in a position in her life where her baby daddy got a lot of money. She got a lot of money. She doesn't need to really worry about it.
They both pull down at least $80 million a year together.
So, individually. Technology is a place where we can have babies in a lot of different ways than we used to. And exactly. I think, especially being part of the LGBTQ community, that's something that I hope people embrace. This is a safe way to have babies. And the fact that they're having a surrogate, I mean, it would be awesome if Jay-Z and Beyonce came out and just said, yeah, we're doing it. We did it. It was a great thing. She's a career-driven woman. She's using surrogate. You know, they take care of the surrogate well, and it worked out for them. And it's almost like advocating for others that need to do this. Because there are couples out there that want to have a baby naturally, and they can't. And so it would be great for a power couple like Jay-Z and Beyonce to say, look at us. There's a reason why we're on top of the game, and we can't have this going on.
We're to have a baby, right?
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So yes or no? Do you think she's faking it? I do.
I don't think she's faking it.
You don't?
No.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence.
I don't think she's faking it.
I don't think she is.
I don't think she's faking it.
So we're going to move on to Kanye West.
Yeah, make that look. I'm going to go to something
Here, go walk this up. So Kanye West showed up at Occupy Wall Street in a $30,000 outfit. I think he missed the premise of what Occupy Wall Street was about. He has on a $900 pair of jeans in that photograph, a $400 Givenchy plaid shirt, an $80 T-shirt, a $6,000 Cartier love bracelet, and a $23,000 Rolex. And he is in the tax bracket that Occupy Wall Street is fighting against. I think he kind of didn't get the premise of what Occupy Wall Street was about.
If you notice, the people in the background still seem so excited.
Oh yeah, they're like, hey,
I mean, it's Kanye West.
But like, you're completely defeating your
I don't know if, we should be bashing him right now because he's showing his support. He's not Wall Street. So I don't know if we should be bashing him for this because he showed up to show support for the protest.
I'm not bashing him. I just think he really could have dressed down because and we're having a really big problem in Philadelphia right now with Occupy. Did you see that on the front page of the paper? There's so many homeless people infiltrating because it's there to help people. Yeah. Philadelphia has raised $10,000. Occupy Philadelphia has raised $10,000, whereas Occupy Wall Street has raised $500,000 to support the cause. We are being inundated here in Philadelphia with homeless people to the point where they're detracting from it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think it's great that Kanye showed up, but I think once again his intentions, just like what he did with Taylor Swift and Beyonce, I think his intentions are a little lost. But I don't think that it was like when Martha Stewart was going through that whole thing with the insider trading thing. She was showing up every day in a Chanel suit with an Hermes bag. And they're like, you want people to identify with you when you're carrying a $6,000 pocketbook.
I mean, but that's her way of life. That's his way of life. So,
absolutely. But he's out supporting another way of life.
So, I mean, I don't know. Would you have to look like you're in rags to support?
No, but it does look like he's wearing something from the Gap. But if you know that what he was wearing, it looks like he's wearing a Gap outfit.
Right, but to me, if you have that kind of money, to be completely honest, there are certain ways that you could help the cause. You could provide like a shanty shelter, some type of form or fashion that you could get constructed really quickly to help or something.
He's a celebrity. Bringing a celebrity name to show support is contributing.
Yeah, but was he there to contribute or was he there for attention?
He's there, and it's the cause.
But the thing is
he's bringing it up. He's bringing up a political movement in what magazine is this?
In Touch.
In Touch. I know, it's very political.
It's the only magazine that Elvis speaks to from beyond the grave. So it's the magazine I buy. No, that discussion is for campy articles. I really got it because Lindsay Lohan was in there. And that's what I wanted to get the before and after picture of her face. But I think what's going on with this whole thing with the Republicans wanting the 99% of Americans to pay more in taxes, and they want to give the 1% of 1% a tax break is ridiculous. You're talking about people like the Johnsons and Johnsons, people Matt Damon made mention of it. His mother was a school teacher. He was raised on a school teacher salary, a single school teacher salary. You know, why should his mother, or somebody making $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, pay more in taxes when they're raising kids on their own? When people like the Johnsons and Johnsons and Kanye West are making millions upon millions a year, for them to pay that extra amount of money, it wouldn't faze them. Yeah. You're talking about people that try and decide whether they're going to pay their electric bill or buy their kids food each month. You know, that's the cause of this.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people that can pay more, to whom much is given, much is expected. Yeah. And that's what I feel. I agree. You know.
I think also, I mean, I guess the question with Kanye West is he's one person. And so what has more of an impact, when he shows up somewhere and he's doing something, or is it the lyrics to his music that millions of people listen to every day? Like when you think where Kanye came from, when he started talking about how it was for him as like a young black male to go to college but not have any other support. So be pushed into college, like, here, you can go to college, and when he gets there realizes, like, he didn't have an education that supported him to be in that place, nor did he have the finances to be able to afford to really stay in college, and so he dropped out. I mean, I think his lyrics of his music represent people who are coming to Occupy Philly or Occupy Wall Street. I mean, it's important to walk the walk and talk the talk, so I guess that's the question, is he doing that? Has he moved away from it? But I think his lyrics have really empowered some of those people in the past, and although he seems to be wrapped up in a lot of the fame and fortune right now, maybe that's where he wants to try to get back to. Maybe that's why he made that appearance.
And I think that's like the whole thing that Rosie O'Donnell's book was about, like what was that called? Celebrity Detox. Mm-hmm. Because once you get there, you're no different than you were, except you make more money and you're just known by people. You're no different than who you are. Well, you become you evolve. Yeah. But the thing is you're, like she's trying to say with Celebrity Detox, I'm no better a person than I was when I was in high school, you know, living on Long Island, struggling, you know. And the thing is that, you know, people think that they know her, and they don't. You know, they know of her and they know of her talent, but they don't know of her, and that's the whole thing that Celebrity Detox was about. It's like, when you get there, you really need to be grounded, or it's going to roll you over. It's going to bowl you over. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what she said happened to her. Like, she was just like, I couldn't imagine being a nobody someday and then the next day waking up and being like...
It's starting to me already. I'm on the show. My Facebook page is probably crazy right now. I saw the news the other morning. I mean, I'm starting to forget where I came from.
It's so easy to happen.
I want you, baby, to go to the Vicky Knox situation real quick.
I want to throw something out there real quick. Mm-hmm. Anybody, I don't know, how old are you?
Me, I'm 28.
Okay, does everybody remember Living Color?
I have to think about it.
On Fox?
Yes.
Fox is bringing in Living Color back this spring with 2 half-hour specials, and Keenan Ivory Wayans will be co-executing producing the show. So to that, they will be bringing back Blaine Edwards and Antoine Merriweather. Men on film, men on book. I think this is incredible. What do you think?
I'll see. I don't necessarily always like remakes.
I love the show.
I'm not gonna say I'm excited. I'm more intrigued than anything. I'm gonna watch the first couple episodes just to see if it still has the same flair that got me hooked when I was a little kid. Like
my thing is, it was a '90s show.
I think anything with the Wayans is no matter what they do is
great. It's not gonna have the Wayans in it like it was the last time. Like the entire cast was just.
But you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know what they're gonna do. Because My Wife and Kids is canceled, right? That's not on anymore. That's all reruns now. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he might come back. David Allen Greer doesn't do anything anymore. They have the potential to really get some of them back.
Well, isn't that where Fire Marshal Bill?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, that's pretty much what started it there. And I mean, we don't play that.
That was Jamie Foxx got a start on that show. Jennifer Lopez got her start on that show.
Yeah.
Kim Williams got her start on that show.
Yeah.
And Kim Williams is hilarious.
And Kim Williams is doing anything right now. I'm just curious to see who they can bring back and what they can reinvent.
It would be nice if they did like a reunion show and had like the originals there. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have to watch Itiva. I do the whole night.
And I'm getting pretty busy right now, but if they invited me, I would make an appearance.
Look, you gotta remember, Married with Children was on, and then Living Color was on Sunday nights. Fox owned Sunday nights.
Yeah.
They were 2 of the funniest shows.
All right, so Ed sent me a text about a teacher in Jersey named Vicky Knox.
Bitch. Oh, sorry.
She I read the article on out in Jersey, and so basically the argument with her is it freedom of speech or inequality?
So Vicky Knox is a teacher from New Jersey who posted anti-gay comments on her Facebook page. She's a very religious person, and last month, actually tomorrow's the last day of National Gay and Lesbian.
Can I jump in real quick? Because we a lot of times we say religious. It stems from religion, but it's just a bunch of ignorant, hateful people.
Okay, but this, all right, I was going to drive that.
Okay.
I was going to drive that factor.
Okay.
I was going to make that a key driver.
I'm sorry, because that's personal.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, she works for a public school. That first, she's a public servant.
Mm-hmm.
She works for the state. Okay, the state of New Jersey recognizes gay and lesbian unions. Therefore, this woman, if she wants to not abide by the laws of the land of New Jersey, she should not be a public school teacher. She is entrusted with teaching our children. And what she is teaching is hatred. And it's no different than when you're in church and the pastor is teaching hatred.
All right.
Pastor is teaching hatred.
Wait. I want to let Jayl go first because his finger went up first.
I just have a question. Why in the hell does she have students on her Facebook page in the first place? You are a teacher. There is no reason why any of your students should see any of your comments on Facebook because they should not have your Facebook page.
Well, let's back up. A group, not school students, found some type of like advocacy group. It's in there. Found it, and they alerted the school district. The students didn't see it.
All right.
The school district was alerted to her post.
Now here's the next thing. Is she teaching hatred? And now I'm really playing the devil's advocate.
Well, she flipped out last month because they had flyers in the school. Last month was National LGBT month, and they had posters in the school of famous LGBT people, and she flipped the fuck out over that.
Because I was reading the comments that she posted, and I'm not saying that I agree with her, but I think, once again, just like we were bashing Kanye, or I said don't bash Kanye, these are her opinions. I'm not necessarily defending her, but I feel like these are her opinions, these are, her statements. She's not necessarily teaching hatred.
Okay,
so
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. We have a tremendous problem with bullying in this country. Mm-hmm. It happens in school 99.9% of the time because that's where you do primarily your amount of interaction with people at that age. I'm poking at you all day in school, calling you a faggot in the back of your head because they're sitting back of you, and that teacher has a problem with gay people. She's not going to say, hey, Ed, that's not the right thing to do. Don't do that.
All right, so the reason why I decided to look at what she said and, play the devil's advocate to it, the way people are looking at it, because she said something in one of her comments.
About exchanging gifts with homosexuals and spending the holidays with
them. Because basically, I think it's a matter of ignorance, because she's saying that she loves her family and friends, she'll spend time, exchange gifts, have dinner with, but she thinks that it's wrong or it's a sin.
She says it's perversion.
Yeah, so it's I think it's just a matter of ignorance, not so much that she even hates the people or whatever, she just is taught hatred.
But my question is, you're sending your child to public school. There's a huge bullying problem going on in this country. We all know that, parents look at their kids and they think, oh, they might be gay, yada, yada, yada. I do not, and it's not because I'm a gay person, I am gay, by the way. I would not want my child, I would not entrust that person with my child's safety. I'm sorry, and that's my choice. I would not want that person.
I don't know.
Now that I know that person's views,
I mean, if she's professional about her job, because it has nothing to do with her job. This is just her personal opinion on Facebook. It has nothing to do with her job. If she's professional about her job, it shouldn't come into matter, because she just said she doesn't have anything against the person. So if, her job is to make sure that she...
Well, then maybe she should
wait. Because I 100% agree with that, but you have to take into consideration, too, now, in conjunction with people getting, random background checks and all this other kind of stuff, people are checking, employers are checking people's Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
Before they hire you. So, what kind of precedent did they start? And now that they've done that, and now that people are doing that, should people censor what they say on Facebook?
Okay, this is another thing I want to throw out there. She works for, she has benefits of a school district, which are great. My opinion is my tax dollars paying her benefits, paying her 401k, paying her retirement plan, paying her to be off in the summer. My feelings is that if she is not going to go there and represent every child freely and protect every child the same, treat every child fairly and treat every child the same, she should not be in that position of authority. And she has the option to go and teach at a Christian academy where there are no benefits, where there are no school supplies, where there is no 401k. And so to me, she is the best of both worlds. And my other question I want to pose is, what if there was a picture of Oprah Winfrey, a picture of Tyler Perry, and a picture of Tina Turner in the month of February, and she ripped them down and started complaining? It is no different. There's no difference.
I absolutely agree. However,
someone's going to say I'm not black, and I know I'm not black.
You're not black?
I understand that, but at the same time, I forgot what I was going to say. It was something along the lines of something that you could say.
Well, I agree with what you're saying here, but I just feel that, her job is to teach. And are you saying that she can't have an opinion? That's what it sounds like. Everybody's not going to side with us. And I mean, these are her opinions. Like, and I'm not saying that we should accept I'm not saying that we shouldn't accept anybody. Should or shouldn't. But like, we shouldn't accept the hatred message, but she does have the freedom of speech. She didn't harm anybody. She didn't go on someone else's page and post these comments. This was her own page, her own views. Are you not supposed to have an opinion since you work for the city or the state?
And then in conjunction with that, none of the children have ever had any complaints, as far as we know, about anything.
She flipped out last month over LBG. So she's teaching the children.
But I'm saying her actions
are teaching the children
this is true.
That she doesn't approve that because she flipped out about the posters being all over the school.
This is true.
I understand.
So the kids suck up what they say. Kids are sponges, And the fact of the matter is just it's an opinion. I would not want that person teaching my child.
I think that she should be reprimanded, but I'm not going to say I don't think that she should be a teacher anymore. I think at the same time, none of the children have come forward and said, oh, I didn't get fair treatment because of this, or because she thinks that I'm gay, or because she knows that I'm gay, X, Y, and Z. None of them have ever said that as far as we know. So as far as I know, I think, I don't think that her personal opinion should, really be called into question as long as she's professional with the children, because you're saying that she's not treating them fairly or whatever, but none of the children have ever come forward and said that she wasn't treating them fair.
I think the potential and I think the risk of her not teaching them fairly is there. And I think that's detrimental to a child's education and growth.
To be honest, that's on different levels, because what if there's a gay teacher who is saying, well, because you're straight or because your parents are straight and they don't agree with me, I can treat you like I could treat you.
Well, when that happens, we'll straight bash. Also, do you guys know who Al Frankel is? He used to play Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live. He's trying to get this bill passed in Congress about gay bullying and bashing. Yes, I'm sorry, thank you. He's a congressman now. He is doing all these great things with gay bashing and bullying. In this country, a child in school cannot be discriminated against because of their race, their religion, and their sex. Okay? In these schools, and disabilities. In the schools, on the books, it does not say due to child sexual orientation. And that is why there's gender identity. That is why there's so many issues with this gay bullying, is because there's nothing on the books. And I really want to give a shout out to him because he is pushing to have this put on the books, and I think it's he's a straight man. I think he's straight. Anyway, regardless, I think it's tremendous that he's doing this. I think it's tremendous that he's sticking his neck out, and he wants this put on gender identity and sexual orientation. I think it's great.
I think taking a little step back and looking at this as a bigger picture, a lot of things are happening in a short period of time right now with technology and the movement, the LGBTQ movement towards equality. First of all, with technology, social media within the last, 4 years has blown up, and it brings us into a whole new world of what's public, what's private.
Nothing's private anymore.
Is
Once you put it on there, it's never private anymore.
Right, and we're still like exploring that as society. And I think back to when I was in